In the heart of a bustling construction site, a group of laborers stumbled upon an ancient box buried beneath layers of soil and debris. Its weathered appearance hinted at a history that defied explanation. What could possibly be concealed within this enigmatic container, and why did it find its resting place here, of all places? But before we start our story, smash the like button, make sure to subscribe, and hit the notifications bell so you won't miss any new stories. The workers were determined to open the box, still unaware of what they would find inside. It would leave them truly baffled, and it would have greater consequences than any of them could have imagined. "Ryan, come here. You've got to see this," one of the workers called out. Ryan paused what he was doing and he walked over to his colleagues who were gathered around something, but he could not yet see what it was. As he approached them, he finally spotted on the box and his eyes grew wide with surprise. "Whoa, what is that thing?" he asked, full of disbelief. "I have no idea. We just fished this out of here." Another one added, "I think we should try to open it. Who knows what we'll find inside?" The others agreed, and Ryan nodded as well. It had been a boring day so far, and there was nothing wrong with a little adventure, he thought. They started joking around about what kind of treasure they could possibly find inside when their boss arrived at the site. "What are you all laughing at? Get back to work now!" he yelled. The workers all did as he asked. They did not want to get on his bad side and agreed to open up the box during their lunch break. Ryan continued working, but he couldn't take his eyes off the box. It looked really odd to him, and he had never seen something like it before. He had noticed something was inscribed on the side, but he hadn't been able to get a good look at it yet. Besides, he wondered how this box could have ended up here, in the middle of nowhere. He was too curious and decided that he could not wait until lunch. He took a bathroom break instead, but afterward he did not go back to work. You guessed it. He wanted to take another look at the box. He could finally see the inscriptions, but he had no idea what they meant. However, he did not have any time to decipher them now. His boss had seen him and he called out, "Ryan, what are you doing? Stop wasting your time and my money. Get to work." Ryan nodded and quickly returned to his task. While he was working, he kept looking at his watch to check the time and sighed when the minutes seemed to go by slower than ever. "Hey, Cam," he said to his colleague, "what do you think we'll find in that box?" Cameron shrugged and told him that he had no idea, but he was getting more and more curious too. "It will definitely be something special, I just feel it," he added. Ryan was glad to see he wasn't the only curious one among the group. Finally, after what seemed like an eternity, it was time for the lunch break. Ryan inhaled his lunch as quickly as he could, and he finally walked over to the box, crouching down next to it to take another look at the inscriptions. None of his colleagues could decipher them, so he decided to look them up online. And this is where the chaos would begin. While the rest was looking for ways to open the box without damaging it, Ryan tried to find out what the inscriptions meant. After a few minutes, Cameron noticed that he had turned completely pale. "Bud, you okay?" he asked him, but Ryan did not respond. He was fully focused on the phone screen, and he did not seem to hear Cam at all. "Ryan, did you find anything?" someone else asked, and at that moment, it was like Ryan broke out of a trance. "Guys, stop! We have to leave that box alone. I don't think we should open it, just trust me on this one, all right?" he finally said. Everyone around him was surprised at this sudden twist, seeing that Ryan had been very eager to open the box at first. "What are you talking about?" a colleague asked, and Ryan repeated what he had just said. "I don't think we should do it. We have to put it back where we found it and just leave it alone." He sounded serious and his face looked troubled. The others were all silent for a moment, and then someone finally asked, "Why?" Ryan did not give them a clear answer, but he just muttered something along the lines of, "It's not ours to take. It could be dangerous." Everybody just shrugged it off, and the others regrouped, clearly intending to ignore Ryan's advice and open the box anyway. "Sorry, man, we're doing this anyway," Cameron told him. "Whatever is inside, it can't be that bad, right?" The workers took turns trying to open the box, and at some point their boss even joined in as well. However, nobody managed to open the box, no matter what they tried. Ryan was relieved to see their plan was failing, but that wouldn't last long. One of the workers suddenly called out, "Wait, I have an idea, I'll be right back," and he disappeared onto the construction site. "All right, who's ready to see what's inside?" the guy with the crowbar exclaimed, and he got ready to pry open the box. Ryan stepped forward, his hands raised in a gesture of pleading. "Look, I don't know exactly what's in there, but I have a gut feeling that it's bigger than us." With a determined grip, the man with the crowbar wedged its curved end into a small opening along the box's seal. The workers watched in rapt attention, their breathing synchronized in tense anticipation. A heavy creaking sound echoed, and then with one powerful pull, the crowbar did its job. The lid slowly began to lift, revealing darkness within. The dim afternoon sunlight shone upon the now open box. At first, all that could be seen was old, tarnished metal and worn leather casings. But as the workers leaned in closer, it became evident that the box was filled with items, photographs, reels, and other objects from a bygone era. Whispers filled the air. "What is this?" "Looks old, really old." As everyone was engrossed in the box's contents, Ryan stood apart, his expression turning graver. There was a heaviness in his heart, something he couldn't articulate. He had read enough, seen enough to know that such artifacts weren't just random lost items. "We should have listened," he whispered, feeling a weight of responsibility. Just as excitement over the box peaked, a convoy of unmarked vehicles sped toward the construction site. Workers exchanged uneasy glances as men in black suits emerged, their expressions stern. The leader stepped forward. "Who opened this box? Speak now." His tone demanded compliance. Silence filled the air. The agents split up, interrogating workers about the discovery. Ryan observed them closely, his unease growing. The vast, sterile room they arrived in was lined with individual glass cubicles. A harsh light illuminated each one, casting a cold atmosphere over the once lively group. An agent explained with authority, "The box you found is of national importance. Its contents are classified." Anxiety spread among the workers. The thrill of discovery had turned into dread. Two agents entered his space, scanning notes. "Mr. Ryan, we were informed you showed interest in the box before it was opened. Care to explain?" Their gaze was piercing. Ryan, under scrutiny, defended himself. "I'm a history enthusiast. It was just curiosity." A projector whirred, displaying Ryan's library visits and online searches. "Frequent searches about ancient artifacts," Agent Morris pressed. Ryan pulled up his phone. "It's a hobby. I was curious about the inscriptions." His voice remained steady. At that moment, Cameron entered. "He's telling the truth," he said firmly. "We all saw him look it up. He was just as surprised as us." The tension in the room lingered, broken only by an agent's scribbling. After an agonizing pause, Agent Morris slid a document across the table. "A non-disclosure agreement. Sign it, and this stays between us. Any breach has consequences." Ryan hesitated but knew he had no choice. With the agreement signed, the agents allowed Ryan to leave the imposing government building. As the heavy door closed behind him, the weight of the day's events pressed down on his shoulders. The sky outside was beginning to darken, mirroring the cloak of secrecy he now wore. He was free, but with a story he could never share, forever trapped in his own mind. As the group was shuttled back to the construction site, silence replaced their usual chatter. The weight of the day's events pressed down on them, and the once busy site now felt strangely still. Inside a makeshift tent, a stern-faced official handed each worker a document. Their hands hesitated before signing, knowing they were sealing away a chapter of their lives. Envelopes filled with compensation followed, a quiet acknowledgement of what they had given up. Huddled in small groups under the dimming twilight, whispers carried speculations, but no one dared to speak openly. They had formed a silent pact, bound together by a secret they would never fully understand. Soon, Normalcy resumed. Machines roared, and workers moved with purpose, but the memory of the box lingered in their minds. During breaks, hushed conversations resurfaced the mystery, though certain details remained unspoken. One morning, the site manager made an unexpected announcement. In recognition of his dedication, we've decided to promote Ryan to a supervisory role. Applause followed as Ryan, surprised, acknowledged the support of his colleagues. With his new title came trust and respect, forged not just from his work, but from the ordeal they had all endured. As weeks passed, curiosity remained. What else lay beneath the soil? Every excavation now carried a hint of wonder, a silent hope for another discovery. The mystery had ignited a shared fascination, one that turned routine labor into something deeper. The site buzzed with renewed energy. Cranes moved, foundations solidified, and the once empty land transformed into a towering structure. Standing on a newly built platform, Ryan looked out over the bustling site. The weight of responsibility felt different now, no longer just about construction, but about the past they had unearthed. A quiet pride settled in him. Ryan walked slowly, his boots crunching the gravel. Each step took him back to the relentless work, the camaraderie, and the day they found that mysterious box. The final whistle blew, marking the end of an era. Machines shut down, workers packed up, and silence replaced the once busy hum of construction. At the site's entrance, Ryan took one last look. This place had tested him, shaped him, and left him with a mystery he'd never forget. With a deep breath, he whispered, "Goodbye," then turned and walked away, leaving behind a legacy of discovery. Decades earlier, the box had been hidden during a time of shifting allegiances and Cold War tensions. Its contents weren't just historical artifacts. They were remnants of espionage, silent witnesses to a world of covert dealings. Ryan pieced together its story. The box had been meant for a secret exchange, but whether it was intercepted or simply forgotten remained unknown. The contents, old film reels, frayed photographs, and coded messages, spoke of spies navigating a world on the brink of conflict. Each image, each document, was a frozen moment in time, hinting at unseen operations. The unanswered questions were endless. Who were the people in the photos? What messages did the reels carry? Why had the exchange failed? Ryan had uncovered a chapter of history, but many pages were missing. As he sifted through the box, the weight of its discovery sank in. These weren't just relics, they were classified intelligence, once crucial and now lost to time. The implications stretched beyond the past, perhaps even into the present. Word of the discovery spread among the workers. Whispers filled the site, excitement mixed with awe. This wasn't just another dig. It was a find that overshadowed everything they had built. Yet, with that thrill came a realization. Some secrets weren't meant to be shared. A silent pact formed. They became the box's guardians, ensuring its existence remained hidden from the outside world. Though they had unearthed history, they vowed to bury its truth once more. As months turned into years, the construction site changed, but the memory of the box lingered. For Ryan and his colleagues, it remained a symbol of unexpected discovery, a reminder that some of history's greatest secrets are not written in books, but buried beneath the earth, waiting for fate to reveal them.